Ciao Fabri, welcome back in today's episode.
Guys,
Today we speak about the UEFA Europa League final, which is due on Wednesday, of course, in Bilbao between Manchester United and Tottenham. We start with Man United because, of course, there are some players back in the team, and that's a big news for Man United fans and, of course, Ruben Amorim.
yeah, also unexpected in some cases, like the one of Joshua Zirkzee back in matchday squad for Manchester United, traveling with the squad to Bilbao. So an excellent news for Man United, also because the expectation was for Joshua Zirkzee to be out till the end of the season. The same for Amad Diallo till a few weeks ago, and then he recovered ahead of schedule. So doing an important job, these players showing their commitment, also the medical staff together with them. Great news for United to have Zirkzee back, and also Diogo Dalot, Lenny Yoro, both of them available for the final. So excellent news for Ruben Amorim. Tottenham have few players out, including Dejan Kulusevski. So it's not going to be an easy one for both teams. It's going to be a big final, crucial, of course, for Champions League access and not just for the trophy. Champions League also means important money, important chance to attract more players in the summer transfer window. And so a crucial final for Tottenham and for Man United.
You already mentioned the summer window, the crucial summer window for Man United, and there is one signing already very close for United as well.
Yeah, first signing on the way, and it's going to be Matheus Cunha. We've been reporting on this one in the last month, but in the last 24 hours, Man United made great progress in terms of conversations with Matheus Cunha, with his agents, to close the agreement on the contract, on personal terms. It's really important to say that Matheus Cunha said yes to Man United, regardless of what's going to happen on Wednesday. So Champions League or not, a trophy or not, Matheus Cunha wants to go to Man United. And this was a crucial message from the player to the club. The agreement on the contract is almost done. It's just about some final details to be clarified with the lawyers on both Man United and Matheus Cunha side, cleaning all the details of the contract, checking all the details of the contract, and then it's going to be time to complete the move. Also with Man United to approach Wolves, because there is a release clause, £62.5 million, but Man United want to maintain a very good relationship with Wolves, so to approach them, to reach an agreement on the deal structure, and then to complete this move for Matheus Cunha, who is expected to become the first here we go of the summer for the Red Devils.
So let's go into details of the Cunha deal. Why Cunha? Some behind the scenes details of what's going to be probably the first signing of Man United.
Yeah, first of all, because United wanted to add one more player behind the striker. So a number 10 position is something really important for Ruben Amorim, for his idea of football, for his system, and to add at least one more player was really important. And keep an eye on the possibility to add one more, because if Man United will be successful with the outgoings, if they will be in Champions League, there are some if in this story, but if they have the possibility to advance, they want to add one more player in that position. So not only Matheus Cunha as number 10 for this summer transfer window, but Matheus Cunha is considered the perfect player because he's still young, already playing at very high level, not just in Premier League with Wolves, but also Champions League football with Atletico Madrid, the Brazilian national team. He used to play also for Leipzig, so he's a player who knows international level. Premier League proven, something really important for Man United. So after investing on players from other countries, now to bring a player directly from Premier League, it's really important. A player who is proving his quality in terms of goals, assists, so can add numbers to the squad, something really crucial for Ruben Amorim, for Man United. And also I'm told that the connection between Cunha and Ruben Amorim has been super positive in the initial talks they had between each other to present the project. And so a great feeling between United and Cunha, and this deal is fully expected to happen.
So we mentioned the position of number 10 of Cunha, but also United are interested, are willing to sign a striker, right? A number 9 for the summer.
Yeah, that's going to be another priority for Man United, for sure. They need a number 9. They will go for a number 9. So I would maintain the name of Viktor Gyökeres, for sure, in the list. A player they really like at Man United, a player that Ruben Amorim knows very well. They were together at Sporting. So Gyökeres remains an option for Arsenal and for Manchester United, for sure. Remember that he will be available for 65 million euros package in this summer transfer window. So it's going to be a big opportunity because the player will leave Sporting. So forget about public statements, forget about what you will see in the press. Gyökeres is leaving, Gyökeres is going, and for sure Man United are among clubs interested. And also other options. For example, Liam Delap at Ipswich Town, way cheaper in terms of transfer fee. Release clause is £30 million, so a big opportunity on the market. And the player is for sure on the list of Manchester United. So I think it's going to depend also on the budget to understand whether they will go for Gyökeres, whether they will go for Delap. There are several opportunities. And then there is the name of Victor Osimhen. Remains complicated because of the salary, €12 million net per season. It's too much for Man United. So in that case, a salary reduction would probably be needed. But for sure, Man United want to invest on a striker and will invest on a striker in this summer transfer window.
Let's now talk about the possible outgoings in the summer for Man United. Is Rasmus Højlund still one of the names to watch for United and outgoings this summer?
Yeah, now there is obviously a final to play, so Man United are protecting their players, including Rasmus Højlund. They hope to see him scoring in the final, and so not having any active negotiation at the moment for him. But in terms of interest, so clubs keeping close eye to the situation, yes, especially from Italy. Højlund did very well in Italy at Atalanta before joining Man United, of course. So he's a player really appreciated by Italian top clubs. And I think if United will decide to let the player go in the summer transfer window, Italy could be a potential destination. But again, now full focus on the final, hoping for the player to perform at the best level possible to win his first trophy as Manchester United player. But for sure, the feeling at Manchester United is that Rasmus Højlund could be one to watch this summer in case they receive a good proposal.
And what about Man United loanees like Marcus Rashford and Jadon Sancho at Chelsea and Aston Villa? Do they have a chance to stay at the club or they will leave?
No, look, at the moment, my understanding is that whatever happens, they love Marcus Rashford and Aston Villa, but it's still a very expensive deal, £40 million transfer fee, and also the salary of the player is so expensive. Jadon Sancho depends on what Chelsea decide to do. But regardless of what happens with these two stories, the expectation is for Man United to put these two players as available on the market to generate funds, to make some money, and then to reinvest on different positions. As we mentioned, the striker, maybe one more number 10, and other positions that Man United want to cover. So the expectation is for Sancho and Rashford not to stay at Manchester United in any case in the summer, and to help them create some room for extra investments in the summer transfer window.
So we know that Man United, we have a lot of things to talk about, but also we have Tottenham playing tomorrow in the Europa League final. What's the situation about the future of Ange Postecoglou, the manager of Tottenham, after tomorrow's game?
Yeah, look, I think Tottenham did a good job in the recent weeks in protecting Ange Postecoglou. It's been a poor season in Premier League, but an important season on a European stage in Europa League. So still difficult to handle the criticism, and it's obviously normal to understand the criticism for Ange Postecoglou after the terrible Premier League season the club and the team had this year. But it's also important to mention that they were able to protect the coach in terms of leaks and stories in the recent weeks, because this final is too important for Spurs. It's very important for Postecoglou, but it's very important also for the owner, for the management, for all people at the club. To win this trophy and to enter Champions League football would be absolutely crucial. So at the moment, there is nothing advanced in terms of agreement with another coach. There are some candidates, but I can guarantee that all these candidates still don't have any clear indication from Tottenham that they will go for them. So all of them are waiting to see what happens in the final, but for sure Tottenham have been able to protect Postecoglou till Bilbao. Then we will see what happens after that.
And what about players? Because, for example, Cuti Romero has been in the rumors possibly to leave the club in the summer.
Yeah, he's been in the rumors because his contract at the moment is not even close to being extended. This is why the situation of Cuti Romero could be one to watch. But also in this case, I think Champions League football could have an impact on the future of the player. Let's see if Tottenham will be in Champions League next season or not. This is going to be important. For sure, there is interest from Spain in Cuti Romero. But remember that when it's time to go and negotiate with Daniel Levy to try and reach an agreement for a superstar of the team like Cuti Romero, and this was in the past for Harry Kane and Bayern and other cases, it's never easy to get the deal done. So the interest is strong for sure, especially from England and from Spain, of course, because there are many clubs appreciating Cuti Romero. But again, Champions League could be a factor in the future of the player. In any case, in general, at the moment, there is not even an advanced negotiation to extend this contract as Spurs, and this is why we have so many links with the future of Cuti.
Another question is, what can we expect from the future of Matheus at Tottenham?
Yeah, Tottenham are quite happy with Tel. Of course, it was not an easy half of the season for all people at Spurs, but they're happy with the potential of this boy, with the commitment of this boy, of how he entered into the rotation in a difficult moment for the team. So Tottenham, from my understanding, would be open to keeping Matheus at the club, trying to reach an agreement on different numbers with Bayern. So probably reassessing the deal, not triggering the buy option, but trying to negotiate on the transfer fee with Bayern. And then it's important to understand what the player decides to do, because remember that, yes, there was a buy option clause into the contract after the loan of Matheus to Tottenham completed on deadline day in the January transfer window, but it's also important to say that the player has a final say. So is the player also deciding what he wants to do for his future. So also in this case, I think Champions League could really have an impact. All these players want to play Champions League. And so this shows how important will be the final tomorrow. Obviously, for the trophy, Tottenham fans are waiting for this trophy have been waiting for a long time, but it's also important to mention that the players want to play Champions League. And this is something really crucial also in the case of Matheus.
Last one for today is about Tottenham again. And is there a player in the dream list of the club for the summer?
Yeah, they have some players, especially offensive players. They want to add one more in that position. A player they love, for example, is Tyler Dibling at Southampton, who is in the list of several top clubs in England, in Germany, and not only. Is a player wanted by several clubs around the world. Southampton insist on the opportunity to keep the player at the club. They want to do their best to keep Tyler Dibling. My feeling is that it's not going to be easy, because many clubs will try, including Tottenham. They love the player. Already in January, they wanted to enter the race, but was not possible. Tyler Dibling is one of them, and then there is a player they love and they've been loving for a long time, who is Eberichi Eze, who is doing fantastic at Crystal Palace. Last summer, Tottenham tried to sign the player, were considering to trigger the release clause, but then the salary was considered too high, and also the clause was mainly to be paid in one solution, so that was a problem. Tottenham decided not to do that deal. He remains a player they love, but the understanding is that it's going to be probably difficult to get him this summer, also because Crystal Palace still hope to keep the player at the club to play European football.
So let's see who's going to win, because I'm sure that whoever wins will have some consequences on both sides and for the summer transfer market as well. Thank you, Fabrizio, as always, and talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Ciao.